Hey guys, how's it going? Awesome. Okay, so I realised that I have been doing that intro for quite a long time now, but I still like it, don't you? Okay, so that was Crush by the Smashing Pumpkins on the bass guitar. Yes, a very fun song to play and super simple as well, so that's an added bonus, I suppose. It is from their first album, 1991's Gish. And if you haven't heard Gish, then where the hell have you been? Because it's been around for like 32 years now or something crazy. Blimey, that's a long time. Almost as old as me. Yeah, a fantastic album. Definitely a great introduction to the Smashing Pumpkins if you're not familiar with their work. I suppose if you're not familiar with them, then what are you doing here? But yeah, a great album. My favourite track is probably, and predictably, Rhinoceros, just because it's a great song and super chill and super fun to play. Much like this one, which is also a very chilled out and super fun song to play. Interestingly, Gish was produced by Butch Vig, who just happens to have produced a little album that, you know, is pretty underground, not many people have heard of it. Nevermind by Nirvana. This is actually the 20th anniversary edition, but yes, Butch Vig produced Gish by the Smashing Pumpkins just before he produced Nevermind by Nirvana. So yeah, there's a slight crossover in like the guitar sound and stuff like that, I guess. You know, the way it's produced at least. And I think that could be why I like Siamese Dream so much as well, because that was also produced by Butch Vig just after he did Nevermind, I believe. And that could invariably be why these are my two favourite Smashing Pumpkins albums. Just possibly because of the way they're produced. I think the songwriting in Melancholy and The Infinite Sadness is great. But I think it's a bit much being a double album personally, but that's just my opinion. Yes, but Siamese Dream and Gish are definitely my favourite Smashing Pumpkins albums, and you know, it could be because Butch Vig was the producer. Who knows? So, for this song, we are tuned down to E flat, and as I've said many times before, in order to do that, all you have to do is tune every single string down by half a step, so basically just make them all flat, and you are good to go. With regard to the composition or the technique behind the main riff itself, it's basically just the A major scale but with a flat seventh as opposed to, you know, the sort of normal seventh, I guess, you know, which would be one fret up. Yeah, it's just like flat the seventh, and that's like basically the main riff. If that means nothing to you, then that is absolutely fine, of course. You know, this isn't the kind of channel where I bang on about music theory and all that kind of thing. I have displayed the tabs underneath for you just to make it super simple and, you know, much easier. Yeah, like I said, I try to make it as easy as possible for people, but it is nice to sprinkle on a bit of information every now and again and, you know, pick up random bits of information here and there, I suppose. But yes, very fun song to play and super cool, man. As I said before, it's a very mellow song and very fun to play. You know, that's the reason why I do these videos, as I always say, because I like to enjoy myself, and I was in kind of like a chilled out mood today because I've got a long weekend off of work, so I just felt like playing something, you know, chilled out, relaxed, and, you know, pretty easy to be honest as well, so that's why I went for this one. It's probably my second favourite song on the Gish album as well. You know, that probably is a bit predictable in some people's eyes, I suppose, but for me, that's the kind of mood I was in today, was just to sort of play something mellow and chilled out, because that's how I feel today, so yeah, cool. So yes, not an extremely technical song, you know, you're not going to be displaying your prowess in virtuosity or mastery of your instrument in particular with this one. It's just basically very simple riffs and a very simple song to play. However, I do think this song is a very good song to play when you're warming up. Aside from the normal stretches that I tend to do nowadays, because I'm getting a little bit older these days, I do find I need to just, you know, warm myself up before I play, you know, try to loosen the shoulders a bit, loosen up all the muscles. Yeah, just, you know, play something simple and just something that's not too straining on your fingers and your forearms, I suppose. Yeah, this song is ideal for that, so yeah, a good one to learn just for mucking about, you know, and it's more fun than doing scales, I suppose, because they are super dry and super boring. Right, now I will say, however, that I do believe Darcy was playing this song, you know, fingerpicking, and fingerpicking is not something that I am particularly fond of personally. I love the sound of it, but it's just not something that I have personally practiced very much. So normally for playing the bass, I'll just use a pick, but for this song it definitely sounds like fingerpicking, so I had to kind of like, you know, move over and try to sort of like break past that wall, I suppose, of not wanting to do fingerpicking, mainly because I've got a bad wrist and fingerpicking kind of hurts it a little bit. So yes, if my technique is, you know, a bit sort of, what's the word, shit, then that will be why, basically. Let's just say my fingering technique is somewhat lacking. Grow up, everyone. Come on, we're all adults here. Yeah. I'm not like, you know, a bass player by nature anyway. I'm more of a guitarist. Bass is just something that I've been doing for the last few years, I guess, or last couple of years, just to like sort of branch out a little bit and do something different, I suppose. But yeah, I'm sure I'll get into like, you know, finger picking at some point, but like I say, I do sort of have a damaged wrist and it doesn't seem to be getting any better. It doesn't hurt anymore, but it's definitely like restricted, so I don't know. I try not to sort of anger it too much, do you know what I mean? I try to sort of, you know, once it starts to hurt, I tend to just sort of back off and sort of leave it be kind of thing. And yeah, picking is just so much easier for me in that regard, so, you know, I'll try to do that more than finger picking, I suppose. But yeah, I want to explore finger picking, you know, more anyway, just, you know, for my sort of own development and, you know, just something different, a different sound, a different tone, different technique and all that kind of thing. So yes, every day's a school day, and it's always worth learning something new. But yes, anyway, other than that, there's not really an awful lot for me to say, really. Once again, I have used my fantastic Mustang bass. I love this bass, it's fantastic, as I just said. Maybe I need to read a thesaurus and learn some more descriptive words. Yeah, it's a great bass, and yeah, very cool to play, very comfortable, and a great transition from the guitar to the bass as well. It's less sort of drastic, I suppose, going to the longer scale length. One thing that I will say is I might have to get sort of like a higher gauge string for it, just to sort of create a bit more tension, because it does feel a bit floppy, especially when I tune it down. But other than that, it's fine. You know what I mean? It's not a problem. It just means I have to sort of adjust the way I pick, not pick quite so hard as I would normally, I suppose. But anyway, I digress. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy the video, then please feel free to hit like and subscribe and all those awesome things that you guys always do. My hair looks really stupid. Yes, thank you for your support, and thank you for watching my videos, I suppose. Yeah, I can't believe we're over like 21,000 subs now. That is absolutely mental. Yeah, I never thought I'd get this much interest, so yeah, it's cool, man. Just some guy doing videos, hiding in the corner of the internet, away from everyone. Yeah, it's cool that I've got like a little bit of a following, and we can sort of, I like the way that you guys talk to each other in the the comments section and all that as well. I think that's super cool. Like if somebody asks a question and I don't, answer it straight away, then there'll be other people there to answer the question for that person as well, and the information given is normally pretty good, so it's cool, man. It's nice to have like this little community that we've got here. Yeah, what else can I say? If you are feeling super generous and you can afford it, feel free to drop me a tip as well in my little sort of like virtual tip jar, I guess you could say. Link in the description, etc, etc. Not obligatory, but every little helps. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and hopefully I shall see all of you awesome people in the next one. Peace. Bye.